Hey there, it's me, Rachel, and I am familiar with this pain, and some of you I hear are also, where you're laying in bed, sleeping, and you wake up. And one of the first thoughts was, oh no, I have to put my feet on the ground. It's going to hurt so bad. And try to delay getting out of bed as much as possible. Get out of bed. And even just putting your foot down on the floor. Where's my foot? There it is. Putting your foot down on the floor. Ooh, that's not too bad. But then you go to stand up and it zings you real good, real hard, right in the bottom of the foot, usually by your heel or somewhere on the bottom of your foot. That's a pretty good chance that that is plantar fasciitis, which does not always immediately require surgery and boots and all kinds of stuff. The plantar fascia, as you probably know, is the thick layer on the bottom of your foot. I'm going to set this down here. We're up in my little home. Excuse the fan up there. All right, so the plantar surface is the bottom of your foot. I'm going to take off my socks. Cha-cha. Thank you, Kelly. That's Simplicity Salon in Broad Ripple for these smoking nails. Ooh, they're real nice. Yeah. All right, so the plantar side is this bottom part of your foot. Usually the pain comes around here, and it really has all the right to this whole area. And I'll tell you, I have known this problem, and I lived with it for a short time and then addressed it in every way that I could, and I no longer have any kind of bad sensation in the bottom of my foot. It can be so frustrating because it kept me from doing things like using the treadmill or even really going on walks for leisure. It was a little disheartening. It disrupted my life, and let me assure you that it can change, just like so much in your body can really change. And the way that you can make good change in this plantar surface of your foot is really with two principles. One is that you need to reduce inflammation in your body. There are several different options for that. You can take anti-inflammatories. You can look at what you eat, and maybe there's some improvement to be had there. We know that sugar is a real good irritant. If you can remove any amount of sugar in your body, then there's a good chance inflammation all over will reduce down. So that's a nice thing. So the first thing, we're going to look to reduce inflammation. And then the other thing that it's important to do to help this heal is to realign the fibers. Realign the fibers. So what happens is each one of there's several cords of muscles in here, and they all insert down here, and then there's a thick layer of fascia that kind of covers everything together. And it should be that these are kind of broad and flat, each line of them. But if our feet get kind of crumpled up and they lose motion, then these can rope up. So they kind of come in, pack around each other. And then what that does is, if it's supposed to be taking up this much space, but instead there's some twist, then there starts to be pull on either side of the insertion. That happens down at each toe ball joint, and then also all together up here at your heel. So when the fibers should be laying flat and parallel, and then they start to twist, it gives us pulls at the insertion, and then that gives us inflammation because it's not taking up enough space. What are the two things that we need to do to change plantar fasciitis? Reduce inflammation and realign the fibers. Reducing inflammation through your diet. And also, I asked you to put water into a disposable, recyclable water bottle and put it in the freezer. Ooh, you have a contained roller ball of ice. And when your foot is feeling pretty good, feeling kind of juicy, midday, late day, whatever, that is actually, there's a lot of inflammation there, a lot of pooling, but there's mobility. You've been using it all day, so it's kind of plastic. That's a great time to slowly and patiently put that ice on there. And you can hold it where it's very most tender. You want to let it get down really nice and deep into your tissues. Maybe during a commercial, you get your frozen water bottle out and just chill the bottom surface of your foot. Chill it out. It feels really nice. It is something where probably in the very beginning you won't hold this ice against your foot for very long. But the more that you do it, your body really will make a tolerance for it, and you will also feel, oh my gosh, my foot feels so much better after this. Oh my gosh, there's such a good change. So using a water bottle like this in the freezer is a really great go-to for when you have a nice thick part of you that needs to chill out, reduce inflammation, such as your heel and this plantar fascia. Oh my goodness, that already feels so good. So you're going to do this, especially midday, later in the day, at some point when your foot doesn't really hurt, when your foot feels kind of warm and kind of sweaty. So you're reducing sugar, you're using ice a couple times a day if you can, in the middle or end of the day, and that's going to begin to reduce inflammation. And then there was that second thing that we need to do, which is realign the fibers so they're not crisscrossed or piled up like this. We want to broaden them out. So a good way to do that is to start in the middle of your foot with both thumbs, and oh so gently, like you're really just doing like the top layer of your skin. Stretch out the folds on the bottom of your foot gently over to the outside. I don't suggest that you start here where it hurts the very most. You have a lot of length to work on with those muscles, and changing anything along the length is going to affect both endpoints, which is lucky for us. So here you are, gently, oh so gently. You don't have to dig your foot in there. Everything is really connected. If you move the skin, if you stretch out those little folds, the things underneath are going to be inclined to stretch out as well. So you're broadening, you're making them wider and flatter. And then here you might do a little over the top, kind of pulling out and around, out and around. Once you've done through that way, then maybe you can go in a little bit deeper and kind of squish in, not all the way down to your bones, but just in past the skin and fat pads of your foot. And then from there, try to stay at that level and bring your thumbs to the outside. Ooh, that is making even more change. Go down a little bit, push in past the fat pads of your bottom of your foot. Keep your thumbs at that level and spread them to the outsides of your feet. This is already feeling really nice on me. You might feel like hot prickliness, and that is breaking up those adhesions of your fibers. That means it's working when you get a nice kind of burning sensation. And you're really focusing on opening and widening that layer on the bottom of your foot. If you can stand and do it around your heel, that's good. So those are two of the most basic ways to change your plantar fascia, the structures on the bottom of your foot. You can also continue doing a whole posterior line stretch, which means everything on the back side of your body, both of your calf muscles, all of your deep toe muscles, your hamstrings, your glutes, your back, your neck, everything there is really connected to the bottom of your foot. The earlier that you start doing stuff for yourself in feeling this pain, the more effective it'll be, the less time you have to do it. If it's been around for a really long time, I hope you find relief quickly, but you might have to keep at it for a while before you really find a difference. And I think that's going to be some helpful stuff for you guys. Anybody who has any kind of plantar fasciitis or bottom of your foot pain, if it's worse in the morning, what you can work on is reducing the inflammation and realigning the fibers in the area. If you would like to talk more about this or any other health, fitness, body issue, I would love to be the one to help guide you with choices that you can make. You can comment below here, and I am going to post this across all the Facebook platforms. Hello, everyone. And invite everyone to my Balanced Bodies group with Rachel Withrich. And that's where we really have a lot of conversation and in-depth content such as this. So take care. Let me know if this helps. Let me know if you would like to continue a discussion about your own body with me. Comment below. Thanks. Peace.